Welcome back. Let's put this in the ether, right? What I notice when it comes to women, right? There's my perspective. Women don't have a lot of close friends, especially when they get older. They do not have a lot. They do not have a lot of close friends. I observed this from my siblings, right? My sisters, right? I have several sisters, right? Right. All their friends from school, right? When they get older, they tend to branch off, right? They tend to not associate with each other. And what they do, right? They tend to come back to ourselves, right? Our brother and sister. They are more friends with each other than they are having friends outside their circle, right? My sister, they're more friends with each other than they do have outside friends, right? That's why it comes to term that women don't have real friends. They don't. When they get older, they branch off from their friends. This is why women. This is why a lot of women are really they cannot trust other women, right? Women in reality, they don't trust other women. When you look at a woman in their circle of friends, they gossip. They talk about each other a lot. They are they are combative with each other. They might not say it. They might say it to her face, but behind closed door, they have thoughts and ideas about their friends, right? They might call themselves best friends, right? But how long are women usually friends, right? Usually women are when they get out of high school and in the real world, right? They don't have that much friend, and the friend that they do have is usually their brothers and sisters and their siblings, right? That's what it is. That's why they listen to they listen more to their siblings than they do with their real friends. And their real friends usually give them bad advices, tell them to divorce. That's why guys should understand who are her real friends, right? When you're in a relationship with a woman, understand who are her friends. Her friend might feed her bad advices. So her friend might feeding her advices to leave you. What does that mean about her friends? Her friends are very conniving and jealous of your relationship, right? Women are jealous of each other. They envy each other, right? If one woman, right, say like if you have a fiance, right, and she have a friend, and her friend is single, right? Her friend is actually more jealous of her because she's want to be the one that want to be in the relationship, not her. So she probably set her friend up for failure, feeding her bad information, leading to your relationship to fail just to see chaos ensue. That's why you gotta be tentative. Who are her friends? What kind of friend she is to her? Because women, they might say they're their best friend, but they could do a 360, set herself up for failure, right? This is why when women get older, they don't usually have friends. This is why women are gossip about each other. They gossip about other girls. They're very catty. Why you see most of the ghetto fight out there on Twitter, on Facebook about BWs, right? They're always fighting each other, and these women fight. They always fight. The women's always fighting, right? I'm not saying the guys don't fight, but most of these videos that's a fight is always women fighting, because women don't get along with each other. Guys, if they try as much effort, try not to get in a fight as much as possible, right? They would give up or do whatever it takes not to get in a fight, because most guys out there know the consequences, right? No, because this is why guy don't get interfere with another fight. If a guy interfere with another fight between another man, he's asking to get his ass beat as well. Like, why are you interfering? This is why guys don't usually stop fight. They just let them go. Right? This is why guys don't usually start fights or stop fights for that matter. Right? Because he's getting himself involved in the dangerous situations. Right? I'm not telling you to be a bad Samaritan, right? But sometimes you need to stop getting involved in these conflicts, because you're putting yourself in a vulnerable position as well, right? Now you enter yourself into the mix, right? You're putting yourself at a vulnerable state. Now the guy might develop a conflict with you and try to beat you up. But I digress on that. That's another subject, right? But women, they don't get along with each other, right? Why do you think this movie called Mean Girls is out there? All right? They like to talk. Watch that movie, right? They talk behind each other back. They set each other up for failure, right? They tells you how girl could be conniving to each other, how girl mistreat each other, right? How girl write in diaries talk about each other, right? write out. Check out the movie Girl Interrupted. She was writing all these bad things about her friends, right? All about her mentally ill friends in a journal, right? She was writing all that stuff, and then when they found out, they were arguing with each other, right? And in the last scene of the movie, she says, at later on in their life, they tend to distance each other from. They tend to distance from each other because they lose track of each other, right? Gee, I wonder why. Why is that, right? Because I don't. Maybe she's going through life, but that's besides the point. The point is that they don't usually stick with the same friend over time. Her friend fade away, right? And the only friend that they do have are family, right? Most of my sister, they don't have real friends. They're friend with each other. I have 3 sisters. They're friend with each other. They don't have outside friends. If they do, they don't. They're not close with them, right? My 3 sisters, they're close. They're close friends to each other. They don't have any outside friends, right? They don't have any outside circles, so they stay friends together, right? So I seen this. I was like, man, you guys don't really have good friends at all. You guys don't have friends, so you're your own friend. So I'm guessing you guys can't trust any other girls out there, right? This is what I'm talking about. They can't trust each other. So girls, right? They don't have any friends. I mean, let me see in my notes. Right? They don't have any friends, right? They don't have any friends. But yet again, men are bad. Make that make sense? They don't have any close friends, but yet again, they hate men. Why is that? Right? They don't understand these things like feminism. They don't understand the origin of it is to destroy women, right? These feminists, they're not supporting it. They're destroying each other, and they can't understand that. Women destroy women. Women destroy each other, right? They set each other up for failure. They destroyed women's relationships by feeding them misinformation, feeding them ideas that they shouldn't be thinking, putting her against her husband, right? They do that, right? Later in life, they can realize they're not going to have friends that'll be there for them, right? They don't. I mean, it's hard. It's hard for a woman. It's rare for a woman to have a friend that she's been friend from day one all the way to her retirement age, right? When they're in this retirement home, they usually in there by themselves with no friends. You go to a retirement home, right? Most of these retired people, they don't get along with each other, especially the retired grandmas. They don't get along with each other. It may seem they do, but they don't. They're not the true friend. They're just retirees. They just know each other. They're not like best of friends. All right. So women, they don't really have much friends at all when they get older. They don't, and especially when they hit rock bottom. See, many times at the time, why there are a lot of women homeless? If they have friends, couldn't they just shack up with their friends? Yeah, I'm hitting the streets, right? I think I'm homeless. Is there a place I can stay? Oh, girl, I wish I could help you, but I'm dealing with some kind of issue right now. It's not my place right now. Something like that, right? Most of them, they go into that kind of situation. They don't have friends that help them in a moment like that, right? And if they really in that desperate situation, they will most likely go to a man for help. Try shack up with a man, right? Try roommate with a man, right? Try your sexuality to seduce a man to have some place to stay. That's what they do. They don't seduce a woman. They can't seduce a woman. They can't get women cannot get resources out of another woman, right? They can't. So what do? They use their sexuality to get resources from a man, right? Why can't they do that? Because they don't have real friends. They don't. Right? Why do you think they're catty? Why do you think there's cat fight all the time? Why do you think they talk about each other, gossiping over one another, right? The only thing guys talk about is sports. That's it. Sports, video games. We don't talk about, oh man, this guy, I met Jeff, yeah, he's a real asshole. I think he should just date his girlfriend. Guys, that's not productive, man. Guys don't really do that. Right? Oh yeah, he's a real asshole. I think we should not kick it with him again. Guys don't really do that. Guys, when they have a conflict with another man, we call them out to their face. That's it. We either confront them, say to her face, get in a fight, and that's it. Get in a fight. Right? And we just don't do it again. And then when we do get to that altercation, it really end up bad because someone will lose badly. Right? Or some guys will give up. He understands what his position and he apologizes and they make up. Women don't do that. They get in fights all the time. They don't apologize to each other. They don't talk to each other after that. Right? When a guy loses in a fight, in an altercation, right? Guys, the loser guy will understand his weaknesses. He probably can come to term, apologize if accept his losses and squash beef. Guys could squash beef from each other, right? When we have beef, we could squash it. When it comes to business, when it comes to making our money, and we have beef with each other, we can squash it and just make our focus on the true intention by making money, right? Guys are very productive. Women, they can't do that. They hold grudges against each other. If they hold the grudges, they will hold that grudges. They find it harder to forgive people as well. Guys are willing to forgive guys. Guys are willing to give other guys second chances, right? But I'm not saying women aren't able to give a person second chances, but they're very reluctant to do so because their insecurity are holding them back from trusting anybody else again. Right? Guys can squash beef, right? But I don't know, but that's the way it is, like like girls. We look at it, they don't really have that much close friends. They don't really have that close friend they can rely on to crash for the night, to help them off their feet. I mean, if they do, it's a rare occasion. If they do, they lock tight with those friends, right? I'm not saying they don't have friends entirely. I mean, there are some girls that's been friends, but most of the girls out there, they don't have friends. Right? There are some girls who have friends from day one, but the majority of women out there, they don't. They don't trust each other. They're very catty like that. But let me know if you agree. Leave a comment below. Like, subscribe. And on that note, guys, peace and blessings.